I will say, Kiko, by the way, just in defense of Shang-Chi, highest rated audience Marvel score of all time.
I know that. But like I said,
So
I wonder where, because Phase 4 sucked. Are we okay to say that Phase 4 was a little underwhelming?
see, Carlos disagrees with that.
Well, I know this will.
Okay, let's talk about Phase 4. Let's talk about Phase 4. Okay.
Should we make this our
Phase
own
4
topic?
does not. Okay, Phase 4 does not include TV shows.
What?
Because MCU, right? Like Marvel Cinematic Universe, meaning the theaters, not
cinema
TV.
Made for TV. This film has been adapted to cinema. TV.
We don't include TV though. Are we? Oh, if you're including TV.
Black Widow didn't even go to theaters.
But that's a movie, though. We're not talking about TV
I thought it did,
shows.
didn't it? It did. It did.
Did it?
It was both. It was both.
Yeah, there you go.
Will, it did.
Okay, okay,
because I think I saw it in theaters.
Does MCU mean TV and movies or just TV?
You're going to tell me WandaVision does not count as part of the MCU?
It's like
let's press pause. Let's press pause. We're getting off track here, but I think they need to define. I don't think it's called the Marvel Cinematic Universe anymore, specifically because of what Carlos said. Not all these things are a part of a cinema, but that's a great point. We maybe need to dive into that a little bit further. But in the Marvel timeline, is that fair? The Marvel universe. The Marvel live action universe. There we go. Here we go. Here's the perfect segue. This is great. Is Phase 4 bad? It's not bad. It's underwhelming. But when you're coming off Infinity War, when you're coming off Endgame, you're going to have a lull. I get that. I'm not because you need to have your Thor Dark Worlds. You need to have your bad movies. You need to have those to set those things up. But all of Phase 4 didn't set up anything for Phase 5. And I talked about this on my podcast with Dave on Typical Nerd Talk, is that if Ant-Man and Quantumania does not land, MCU is in huge trouble because that is their jumping point for Phase 5. If they cannot convince me that Kang is a Thanos level threat, I'm out. I hate to say that, but they spent 3 phases building up Thanos. Now you're going to throw Kang as, the big bad. You better do some shit in Quantumania to make me get invested, because I don't care about Namor, whatever you want to call him, doing shit in Wakanda. I don't care that Vision's off fucking around doing whatever. I don't care that Kate Bishop is the new Hawkeye. I don't care about any of that. I need to know because Kingpin is not the big bad of the MCU. Kang is supposed to be the big bad of this phase. You need to show me why. And Quantumania better hit, or we're going to have some serious problems. And Phase 4 did not lay the groundwork for that.
No. The timeline, I would agree. And that's something I've said. Like, we really didn't need a show for, Kate Bishop. We needed like a 1 hour and a half special.
Sure, that could have been cut in half.
Yeah. We like same thing for She-Hulk. We didn't need that green hoe twerking. Okay, we just needed, 45-minute show, 45-minute intro, special, something like that. That's all we needed.
Same thing was literally made to bring Daredevil in. That's all it was made for.
Moon Knight, whatever, you know what I mean? Like, all these shows could have.
Man, Moon Knight was a miss. Man, that made me sad.
I love Moon Knight, but I also agree that it shouldn't have been a full-on show, because you're just dragging it on. It can just be an hour special, or even like a 3-episode 1 hour show, something very limited. And I do agree that's where MCU fucked up. And I've seen them change that now, because they're starting, like, for example, that War Machine thing, they're making it into a movie. The
Armor
Blade, whatever, that fucking Blade, because the script and the director left. Regardless, they're making it into a movie now. So they're starting to realize, like, oh shit, like, we are overproducing, thinking that anything that has a Marvel logo in it, people are gonna cream all over it, and that's not true. Like, it's just not happening. So I do agree with you in that, But if we're just looking at movies, I don't think movies were like a shit show either. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I mean, because you have Black Panther 2 was pretty good. Shang-Chi was great.
But that's the thing, is that I was super hyped for Black Panther 2, because, Black Panther played a big part in, my relationship and things like that. I told my wife I loved her at Black Panther for the first time.
Nice.
For what it's worth. We had those songs, at our wedding, all that good stuff. Tragic. Chadwick's not with us. But what if I told you I did not see Black Panther 2 in theaters? That's how uninterested I was, because they did not make a compelling enough case for me.
That's fair.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I actually thought it was pretty solid though, Kiko. You watched it though, right? On Disney Plus?
Shang-Chi,
No, is Black Panther 2 on Disney Plus?
February 1st.
February 1st? Okay.
Yeah, I have to this. I've seen all the leaked stuff on like YouTube and shit, but I've not officially watched the full cinematic version of Black Panther 2, Wakanda Forever, until February 1st.
It's pretty good. I mean,
actually
it's not
really
as good as
liked
the
it.
first one, but yeah.
No. That first one was something.
No, you'll never replace that.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I do think if
See, but
Chadwick
that's
was
the
in the
thing.
second one though, it would have been
Sure,
significantly better.
and there was a second script. I've read all that stuff on Reddit as well. You know,
Right.
it's a
I
shame.
think
It's a shame.
movies only. I think the MCU, the Phase 4 can rival Phase 1 and potentially Phase 2. Honestly,
This is some
movies
fake
wise.
news.
Movie wise,
What movies?
it
You're
could-
gonna tell me one movie in Phase 4. There's Draco. Do you hear him?
Okay.
Tell me one movie in Phase 4 that was equivalent to Iron Man 1. Tell me one.
I think Shang-Chi.
No Way Home.
What? No way, bro. Okay.
No Way Home.
Riley's gonna lose his
No
mind.
Way Home.
Riley's gonna die.
Riley's gonna
No Way
die.
Home.
It
No
made
Way
like $2
Home.
billion.
I don't care because it's a cotton candy film of people just
Okay,
going,
Phase
oh
2,
shit,
okay,
there's
let-
Willem Dafoe. Oh shit,
Okay,
there's
let's
Doc Ock.
give-
Oh
let's
fuck,
give
there's both
you-
Iron Man.
let's-
both
Carlos does
Spider-Mans.
agree
I'm
though. I
so
think he does
hyped.
agree.
Okay, let's give you Phase 1. Okay, let's say that movie.
This is some
Let's
good
go
shit,
to
by the way.
Phase 2. Let's go to Phase 2. Let's go to Phase. Please pull up the fucking Phase 2 movies. Let's
You
see
want the
what
Phase 2
bullshit we
Marvel
got in
list?
here too.
Yeah,
'Cause
I know.
Phase 1
I know.
wasn't-
I know. Age of Ultron was in that. Thor: Dark World. Winter Soldier
Thor-
was in that.
So I mean, we also got No Way Home. We got Shang-Chi. We got Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. Like those were
Three
solid
mid
movies.
movies. No, 3 mid movies.
No, not mid movies. Okay. Okay? Iron Man 3, that wasn't good. Thor: Dark World, that wasn't good. Winter Soldier was amazing. Guardians of the Galaxy was amazing. Avengers: Age of Ultron, that was a pretty big miss in my opinion. And Ant-Man was pretty good. Ant-Man was as good as like Multiverse of Madness. I gave it like a 7.5. I don't think it's. I think Phase 2
Ant-Man
is
is Shang-Chi.
comparable to Phase 4. Dude,
Kiko,
you
that's
have No
bold,
Way
bro.
Home, No Way Home, Shang-Chi, and Black Panther 2. How, at least one of them they can't beat Winter Soldier, but at least come really close. At least No Way Home can somewhat beat that or get close to
I
it.
think
The
I think I
only-
like Shang-Chi more than Winter Soldier personally, but it's really close. Really
Okay.
close.
This is what I love is that we can have this deep discussion. I love all this stuff. But I'll say the only miss in Phase 2 is Thor: The Dark World. You can talk shit all you
Iron
want
Man
about
3
no,
was
no, no, no,
bad
time,
too.
time out.
Okay. Okay.
Iron Man 3 was, if you watch it by itself and you did not get Endgame, it sucks. But because of Endgame, Iron Man 3 is must see because it completes the Tony Pepper arc. You get to see him saying, you get to see the development. Even Iron Man 2 is very
I love
not-
Iron Man, but fuck Iron Man 3. Like, no, that has nothing to do with it. Just movie for movie. Not like, oh, it completes it. I don't give a fuck if they
No.
say it. It's not a good movie.
Even the little boy he meets shows up in Endgame. That's so cute.
That is
That's
true,
That
but-
is a full character arc. You're gonna tell me that somebody from Phase 4 is gonna show up in Secret Wars, that something like that? Come on.
like, hey, motherfucker, go watch a 2-hour movie for 5 seconds. I show up in his funeral. Like,
Are we talking Lord of the Rings now? Damn.
Yeah, I know, right?
we're talking.
I will say,
like,
I will say, the Kiko Age of Ultron is like, I feel that's kind of disappointing in hindsight. Like when
Age
you
It
of
is
look
a
at
Ultron?
little disappointing, but that gave us Scarlet Witch for the first
It did, it did,
time.
it did.
It gave us, and honestly, when I saw the first trailer, this is the last thing I'll say. But when I saw the first trailer for Age of Ultron, I
she
shit
wasn't
myself.
good in Age of
Oh, I
Ultron.
did too. The first trailer was amazing.
When you got him talking about, you want to see something beautiful, you want the world to change, but you want to save the world, but you don't want it to change. And it goes through all that stuff, shows the Hulkbuster fighting, and then the final scene shows Ultron Prime, and he says, "There are no strings on me." And you hear Spader
Okay.
talking. That was badass.
It was great.
I loved that.
They kind of like
Shang-Chi?
made him more humorous though.
Hold on.
And that is all
Okay.
because of the director change.
Yeah, Joss Whedon. Yeah.
Winter Soldier is an amazing movie, by far. No Way Home, close to it, or to some people, tides with it, right? Somewhere in there. Then you have Guardians of the Galaxy, which I love, and I put Shang-Chi below it. So is Phase 4 bad? I mean, it's close to Phase 2, and some people would agree that maybe they could tie it. Black Panther, it's like as good as like minimum Age of Ultron. At a minimum, right? And we're talking about like if you watched only half of it, it's as good as Age of Ultron.
I would say Black Panther 2 is as good as Age of Ultron, if not better. I think it's better.
If not better, okay. Ant-Man is probably as good as Multiverse. Would you say that?
I like Ant-Man more. I didn't really like Multiverse that much, but a lot of people did like
right?
Multiverse.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's not like Ant-Man is like a fucking 10, and then like Multiverse is like a 6 or something. Like they're close. You know what I mean? Iron Man 3 and Thor: Dark World. That's like literally Thor and Love and Thunder and fucking. Sorry, Iron Man 3.
That's another Phase 4 film. Is Love and Thunder?
Okay,
the terrible.
Iron Man 3 is probably as good as Love and Thunder. Thor: The Dark World is literally as good.
I think I like Love and Thunder more than Iron Man 3. Yeah.
Okay. Thor: Dark World.
Like fucking.
Thor: Dark World is probably as good as is as bad as fucking Eternals, right? Or maybe
bottom 3 are Dark World, Eternals, and Captain Marvel.
Yeah, that's probably fair. Eternals is the worst MCU movie in my opinion.
Shameful.
Yeah.
Captain Marvel?
I didn't like Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel was okay. It was okay.
Oh, you're talking but I'm talking about movies.
That is a movie, Captain Marvel, not Marvel.
But that wasn't in Phase 2.
That was in Phase 4.
It was Phase. Was it Phase 4?
It was put right after Infinity War to capitalize on the hype because this is the movie right before Endgame. I have to see this. That's manipulative marketing. Did not like that.
Point being, if you go movie per movie, Phase 4 either beats it or it ties it. I'm just telling you. You've seen Love and Thunder. Have you seen Love and Thunder yet?
Yes, I saw it with my father-in-law.
And Iron Man 3. What do you give Iron Man 3 1 to 10?
I make sure to follow me on Letterboxd. I have my official rankings of this.
Okay,
but Iron Man 3 is a 7 out of 10 because.
Okay, and what's Love and Thunder?
Content. 5, if that.
Yeah, I wouldn't go that low.
I lost all credibility for Love and Thunder. For one, when he did the Jean-Claude Van Damme splits, I was like, what the fuck? But then when he went to the gods like temple and they had the Baal god, the Baal pasta god. Remember that? It's like, this is Baal. He's the god of dumplings. Remember that?
I don't even remember. Yeah, that's probably how forgettable it was.
Point being,
it was bad.
Thor to me was like a 6.5, 7. So I ranked that with Iron Man 3. Thor: Dark World is like fucking Eternals, Winter Soldier, No Way Home, Guardians of the Galaxy, Shang-Chi, Avengers: Age of Ultron, Black Panther, and Ant-Man is somewhere in there with like Multiverse of Madness. We're not like totally off. Like it's not like you're saying Phase 4. It's not like Phase 1 and Phase 2. We're like Phase 3 God level tier. Like Phase 4 it's either tied or like right below it. It's not like all these movies are like.
I think what happened is just to wrap this conversation. I think basically what happened was just my quick opinion on this. After Phase 3 and how good it was, or sorry, Phase 3, and after how good it was.
Precedent. It's an unfair
right. And that's the thing. After Phase 3 and how good it was, the standard changed. So then when Phase 4 came out, we didn't expect it to be as good as Phase 2. We expected it to be as good as Phase 3 or better. So now I think we're judging Phase 4 a little more harshly because the standard has changed.
Kinda
so
like
I think
N-word.
That's why. That's my interpretation of what's happening.
Phase 2 is not like 8s and 9s all across the board. This is
there's like 3 really good films. Yeah.
So Phase 4 is like
there's only 6 films.
Yeah, like but if 3 are really good and the other 3 are like, then that's not a great hit rate. I mean, that's 50%.
Right.
So
and then same thing with with Phase 4. Look, No Way Home was a pretty good movie. I don't think it's like 9.8 like people are saying, but I think it's pretty good.
It's like an 8 at best.
But it's good. Yeah. I think that's probably as good as like.
I liked it more than that.
Cotton candy film.
Black Panther. Black Panther I thought it was great. And again, same thing with Shang-Chi. I thought it was probably one of the. Shang-Chi is the best, in my opinion, Phase 4 movie, right? But I know most people feel that's No Way Home, right? So that's how I'm gonna see it. So that's my point. Like if we would have gotten Phase 4 as a Phase 2 movie, like in that sense, I think people would have been happy with it. But the problem is that we were coming after Endgame and Infinity War, and Phase 3, which is fucking. Hall of Fame type.
Yeah, Phase 3 is like God tier. I mean, you got Infinity War and Endgame and fucking Black Panther, right? I mean, it's like you got a lot of really great films there. So that's why I think the standard changed. But anyway, guys, let's wrap it there.